we're back with another episode of The Real. Stay tuned. Hi, we're here at Hollywood Videos with Daniel Summers. Hi Daniel, how are you?
Doing all right. How's it going?
Daniel, tell us, what do you do here at Hollywood Videos?
Well, I'm the store director of this store. Basically, I'm in charge of running the store.
Yes.
As far as product-wise, keeping close eye on inventory, hiring and firing sometimes.
Okay.
And basically just the overall productivity of the store.
Great. Tell us, when did you get started here?
My exact date's kind of unknown, roughly around sometime last month before that. I worked for the company itself for about 4 years,
Yes.
and then finally they gave me my own store, and it was just like, came down and changed the store around. So basically my role here is to get this store at a good number level, and then from there, lead to another store.
How did you know that this was something that you wanted to do or would enjoy doing?
Well, at first it kind of started as just a high school job to just like make ends meet, and then as I got out of high school, it was like, well, I might as well keep working there. And then 1 year turned to 2, 2 years turned to 3, 3 to 4, and then here we are.
When you're actually in the store working, what are the things that you enjoy most doing in the store?
Believe it or not, this may sound kind of cheesy, but I love people. I love to talk to people.
Wonderful.
I love to be social. I love all kinds of people. So basically the customers, that's always fun, getting in small conversations, chit-chatting back and forth.
Great.
And that's basically it. Like all the manual labor, no one likes to do that.
So Daniel, tell us, when you're not working here in the store, what do you like to do in your spare time?
What do I like to do, or what
Yes.
do I get to do?
Well, let's start off with what do you like to do first?
Well, I'm working in the video store. Of course, movies kind of grow on you,
Yes.
and along with the video games. So yeah, I'm in that scene. I skateboard occasionally and just go out with friends and stuff and try to keep social. That's about it.
Now, what do you like to do?
Oh, well, that's what I like to do. What I
Okay.
have to do. I'm actually currently in school remotely at TCP,
Yes.
community college. But on the side, I'm basically studying time and space, wasting time.
Okay.
And I also have a 2-year-old daughter, and I'm basically, it's her and me, and I live in, I just moved to Lansdale recently. So right now I'm in the process of moving in and then settling down.
So Daniel, why don't you tell us, where are you from?
I may not look like it due to the piercing and bands, but I actually was born and raised at 28th and Girard, North Philadelphia. Yeah, it's really crazy. That's a pretty raunchy, if you want to say, kind of area, pretty tough. It's kind of hard growing up because I was the one with the skateboard. Other kids were, fitted caps and the t-shirt
Yes.
dresses, and they're walking around all thug-like. So it's kind of hard, but for the most part, that's where I'm from, and I like it.
That's great.
I think being in that kind of environment kind of made me a stronger person, and made me really appreciate life and the value of a dollar, actually.
How long have you been living here in Philadelphia?
Well, I've been in Philadelphia my entire life up
Great.
until recently last Wednesday when I moved to Lansdale, PA. I feel as though 21 years in the city is more than enough, so.
Daniel, tell us a little bit about your family background.
Well, I was born and raised in North Philadelphia, and my mom was a single parent of 5, let's say 5. So it was really rough growing up.
Yes.
Kind of grew up in a 2-bedroom with 5 kids and adults. Kind of hard.
Yes.
I was also homeschooled. For the most part, we kind of like banded my brother and sister back and forth, because we were the only friends that we actually had. So when I got to school, it was kind of like, where am I? Who are these people? What's going on? Kind of deal.
Once you actually went to a public school, how did you adjust being around your other peers?
If you can imagine technology being in a nice, warm environment and someone dipping you into a bucket of ice all at once, that's the best way to explain it. Making sure I was socially retarded. I had no idea what to do with anything. I think it made me a stronger person. Now I appreciate and I value my friendships that I do have, because I realize how a social bond, brings people together. But as far as classrooms and organization and sitting still for hours was really, really hard to adjust to.
You say that sitting still for hours and hours was hard to adjust to, as opposed to being in a home, and then as opposed to being around other children. Communicating wise, did they make it easy to be able to communicate with you?
I went to Robert Morris Elementary School
Okay.
in North Philadelphia as well.
Yes.
To say the least, they made it nowhere near easy, because the kids who were in my classes
Yes.
were also in my neighborhood.
Okay.
So they knew me as that weird kid who didn't come outside, that homeschool kid. So I was an easy target for all kinds of bullying. I got into fights like every day. It was terrible. Really, really terrible.
So Daniel, tell our viewers what type of advice you would give them for a person that has been homeschooled and that's going into a public school, how to handle that type of behavior from your peers and how you overcame that.
The best way I can say is if you're homeschooling your children,
Yes.
set up play dates with neighborhood kids.
Okay.
Make sure they get that social interaction
Yes.
down to a science, because that's the key in schools. As we all know, little kids are terrible. They can be really unruly and say really mean things to you. So if you get your kids socially involved with the kids in the neighborhood, I think that will help a great deal. Because as we all know, homeschool kids are always smarter, so
Yes.
that's not a problem. But the social part is key to a child survivor in public school, especially in Philadelphia public schools.
We just walk around the store and you can tell us what are the hottest movies that are out?
Sure.
Okay, great. Okay.
Sorry, right now we're under construction a little bit.
Sure,
At this
no
store,
problem.
each store is always different. You'll have your
Yes.
different products, different people with different genres. And at this store, people really tend to the action and like a lot of horror. So if you look over here,
Yes.
like American Hunting, due to Halloween and so forth, completely checked out. The action goes out.
Great.
Ironically, the breakup flew out. I don't
Yes.
understand why, but
Okay.
we're off the shelf. Not really too much to rent because Hollywood's not really putting out any good movies. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But for the most part,
Yes.
a lot of our customers tend to the action,
Yes.
Fast and the Furious kind of
Wonderful.
drama, Final Destination kind of thing. People don't really pick up maybe a Family Stone or everything. People don't really rent different kind of genres. Whereas at my older store, people were more tend to the, I want to say hipster kind of thing or whatever. That's really happening
Great.
down here.
Well, Daniel, we want to thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
You're welcome. There you have it.
Hi, I'm Daniel Summers. We're down at My Hollywood Video at 10th and Washington in Philadelphia, PA. Come on down, grab a film, maybe some snacks, and now you know the manager.
I'm Nanette Lankford, the executive producer of The Real. The Real is a show about real-life issues regarding everyday people. If you have a story to tell and would like to be a guest on The Real, you may email us. But before I leave, I would like to share something very special with you. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 and 2 says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen." Thank you.